Jacobs are not likely to return here. And he'll get crushed at the 23-yard line. It's a pretty good sign that Will Likely is going to be limited. Brandon Ross opens in the backfield, and why not? He had a spectacular senior day performance against Indiana. We'll talk more about that going forward today. And a little trickery to begin the ball game. It's Malcolm Culmer to the far sideline and right near the sticks, driven out of bounds by Isaiah Wharton. 11-yard pickup, and Ross continues in the backfield with a guy that will run the ball plenty himself in Perry Hills. Lane was the man in motion, and a quick check down to him, and that's read beautifully for a loss on the play. I'll take that play clock down. And it's Ross, and again diagnosed beautifully. And that time it was Quanzel Lambert who read it. And Maryland's going backwards here.
That was a miscommunication up front.
Yeah, loss of 2 after a loss of 4. Ross ran for 250 that last game against Indiana. First down makers of 40. Longa's back in coverage. A little bit of time, and skipping out of the tackle is DJ Moore. That's very close, about a yard shy of where he needed to get.
You have a dual threat quarterback, so defensively you have to defend a bunch of different things right here. They're going underneath the center. Look for the tailback to get it.
Straight up by, no, it's play action. Floated downfield, open man, but not able to hang on is Derek Hayward. Laviano ready to rock and roll here, and right away was able to get it on downfield to Sam Bergen, the fullback. To the man in motion, Janarian Grant. And he'll surge for the first down at the 30.
Well, Janarian Grant is their jet sweep wide receiver and also their wide receiver screen.
James is the I-back here. Paul James coming off a 3-touchdown game at West Point. Swerving past the 30 to the 29, a pickup of 2. On a second down and 8. You find Carew tight to the line on that far side. Haven't gotten him involved yet. That could change right here. Carew, leaping catch inside the 10. So out of the eye, first and goal for Rutgers. And it's James. He's clobbered at the line of scrimmage this time. Maybe a gain of 1 if that. Carew to the bottom of your screen, joined by Janarian Grant. Laviano looking, there's Carew. And Carew hanging on, a touchdown for Rutgers. And again, Carew, whatever percent he may be in terms of health, 60%, 70%, it's better than 100% of everybody else they have. Kyle Federico to try to make it 7-0 after Carew sets a Rutgers record, his 10th receiving touchdown in one season. First time in more than 5 games Laviano's thrown for a touchdown. Tavon Jacobs back. And again, Will Likely, we saw him warming up, Chuck, but it's going to be Jacobs returning kicks. And you wonder what happens when it's time to defend Carew. Likely be in and out there as well as I get this return to the 27. You want your best corner on Carew. 28 interceptions, 7 fumbles lost. That's 35 turnovers in their first 10 games of the year. There's Ross. And he's cut down after only a gain of 1, trying to get to the outside. So 2nd and 8 with Ross remaining as the back. Hills was kind of 50-50 to play today, by the way. Missed that Indiana game entirely. Going deep. Jacobs couldn't come back on it, incomplete. Pretty good coverage by Isaiah Wharton. Big time pursuit. Penix Odrick with the sack. Hills goes down.
This young man has a high motor. Always moving, one of the great leaders on their defense.
Now the return man is awfully dangerous, Janarian Grant. He's got 4 return touchdowns this year. And a very low punt under some duress. That ball's going to wobble towards the 30-yard line. And Maryland will give it a little pat right there. Leonte Carew has already been in the end zone, and a sack chalked up for Rutgers already today. There's Martin. He'll bang his way to the 39. Rutgers averages, Chuck, only 1 sack a game, so they're already right there today. See Carew at the bottom of your screen here on a 2nd down and 7. Martin again. He kind of slithers his way to the 45, leaves him just a yard away. No motion, Patton. On that 3rd and 1, big hit in the backfield, and that's the one player, Jermaine Carter Jr., that Mike linebacker that seems to make a play every single game for Maryland.
Had 13 tackles versus Indiana. Just a sophomore, but a rising star, and Maryland coach said he is the best leader, one of the best leaders they have as a sophomore. That was a great play by Jermaine Carter.
So looking to punt this one away, and again, normally you'd say without even a worry, hey, Will Likely's back there, and that's going to be Maryland's best shot. His returns from Likely, but we heard he is not likely to get on the field today. This tackle made at the 10-yard line, as it turns out. Laying the man in motion here. Ross on the delay, able to call for a couple. With the play clock down, play action here. And going deep, got a man open. That's Colmer, and a flag down. Steve Longa had to come all the way over. He's not known as a guy that makes plays on long passes, but he was over there to try to help Saquon Hampton, and the flag comes.
Long is all over the field in that weak side linebacker position.
Pass interference, defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty.
He does not have that strong arm to get the ball out there. He needs to get out there quicker.
Ross had a crease for a moment, able to dive for a couple. 7-0 here, Rutgers on top, the Laviano to Carew effect. There's Ross, and he gets to the 35.
They're both teams trying to establish that run early.
Ross dragged down in the backfield. That's Sebastian Joseph. Pritchard to get it away to Grant on a 4th and 8.
Yeah, Grant is dangerous.
Wants a fair catch though here, and he hugs it near the 32. Vanderbilt is the other team out there at 5 and 7 that you'd think about. As the pass is complete here to Andre Patton. We'll get to the 41, about a couple of yards shy of the first. Rutgers is averaging 34 points a game allowed. That's the problem. Maryland's doing the same thing. There's Grant. Little bubble screen to him. Dancing. Breaking tackles. There goes Grant. Wrestled out of bounds at the 43 of Maryland.
You saw Rutgers spread it out a little bit more, which I think Maryland really just struggles against spread-type formations as opposed to those tight formations.
That was a 17-yard pickup. And James is able to bob and weave and get a couple of hits. Little change of pace here. Justin Goodwin in there. Little throwback here to Laviano. Looking for Carew. Instead goes underneath, and he's got Patton. That works too. That's essentially the second option there. And again, without Will Likely in there, it's going to be difficult to defend against Carew today. Laviano escaping. Open man, flag down, one-hand catch. And James surging in. Touchdown Rutgers. But how about the flag? It's a 22-yard touchdown maybe.
Probably coming back on a hold. Usually happens when a quarterback breaks the pocket.
Holding, offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, if Paul James wants to put that on his highlight reel anyway, say to James, he can do too. That's a heck of a play. This doesn't count. Laviano will just drop it down at the feet of Matt Flanagan trying to get away. Now, we talked earlier, Chuck, about how Rutgers doesn't sack many. Maryland sacks a lot. Maryland is one of the top sacking teams in the country. 6 out of 7 so far for Laviano, 83 yards through the air. Looking for Grant, and it sails incomplete to get us to the end of the first quarter. A much lower scoring first quarter than we thought we might see. Carew's at the bottom of your screen when we come back to that shot. And he is absolutely the downfield threat on something like a 3rd and 20. Spinning free is Goodwin. 3 enough anyway to make you think about a possible Rutgers field goal attempt. Federico, the senior from Florida. Let's say 44-yard attempt from that left hash. And it is good. That ball wobbles out of bounds on the kick, so Maryland will get good field position because of a poor kickoff. Hill's back to work here. Maryland down 10. Ross has had a slow start. And again, it was keying on whoever's going to be running.
Let's see if they can get that going here.
7 carries for 6 yards for Ross. He had 250 on the ground last week. Gunned in a coverage that's caught at the 41-yard line. First down make is a 45. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Terrapins right now. Pass is popped free, and with a dive, that's picked. That's Andre Hunt who ends up with it. A guy that was going to get some playing time today because of injuries on the Rutgers side. 29 times Maryland's been intercepted this year. It's the most in major college football. Coming up on the most in the last 20 years in major college football. This is Hicks this time. He springs free all the way to the 35. It's a guy that we haven't talked about yet. Hicks is a guy that ran for 202 in their bowl game last year. Went to the Quick Lane Bowl. Hicks, in fact, was the MVP in their win against North Carolina. Laviano airs it out. Carew with a leap, and he's got it! Down to the 6 he goes with a fingertip Velcro catch. And poor Darnell Savage Jr., a freshman, is being asked to try and cover Carew. With Will Likely out today. Laviano rolling out, dumps it off. There's Hicks! In there for Rutgers, touchdown! Federico's extra point is true. Making a 17-0 lead for Rutgers here early 2nd quarter. And again, the one way Maryland figured to get right back in a game like this pronto would be to have Will Likely run back, but he's unable to play today. Jacobs going backwards, gets lassoed, hog-tied at the 14-yard line. Note that Caleb Rowe checks in now, the quarterback for Maryland. He was kind of 50-50 to be available today, coming off an injury himself. Finds an open receiver right away. Maryland needing a little something here, and they've got it with Coleman going upfield. He had the 11-yard end around.
Look for the ball to go up in the air a little bit more with Caleb Rowe in there.
Ross with a run. And he'll bash his way to the 41-yard line, a gain of 3. Now,
he is not the run game quarterback that Hills is.
Well, come back here, and a good one for DJ Moore. Will slip outside to about the 41-yard line. Rowe, a South Carolina native, redshirt junior. There's Ross. Well, tough sledding continues for him.
They're going no huddle now, just trying to pick up the tempo to get Rutgers tired.
Rowe pitches it. And breaking one tackle is Brandon Ross, able to glide towards the outside and get that first down. And again, they go quickly, again running with Ross. Angles near the 25. And again, it's Rowe instead of Hills. A dump off here. And slipping a tackle, DJ Moore will plow past the 15 for another Maryland first down. At times this year, Chuck, Rutgers tackling hasn't gone real well, and we're seeing it on this drive.
Yeah, it hasn't gone real well at all, and it happens late in the year on many defenses nationally. We're tired, a lot of running during the year, and they're all banged up.
Moore is able to escape to the 10.
That's all we're going to do right now. Spread it all out.
Keeper. And Rowe cuts it out to around the 8. The first down make is a 4.
That's just to keep him honest play. Really timely passes. So far, so good. It looks really good.
Facing a 3rd and 4. Rowe with time. Overshoots his intended target, Gallo.
He just needed a little touch on that ball, throw it in the back of the end zone.
Green will come on and try a 26-yarder to get the Terps on the board. Adam Green has it to make it 17-3. Grant is the man who will try to bring it back for Rutgers, and he is certainly capable of taking it all the way.
It's a nice drive by Maryland to get some points on the board, give them a little confidence.
Skipping twice in a high hop taken by Grant. Follows those blockers. And gets spun down around the 25. Another 145-year history for Rutgers. Here's Martin. Spin forward for a couple of yards. Putting Sean Davis on Carew at the bottom of your screen. Laviano will put it down near the feet of Carew. Bring up a 3rd and 8. Ngakwe, a junior. There's Grant. And he goes by Ngakwe. Then he gets all the way to the 43 for the first down. They're going to motion Bergen here, the fullback. Laviano. Oh, he's got Carew. Can he get it to Carew? Yes, sir! Inside the 10 for Rutgers.
Watch him on the outside. Stop, stutter, and go. Great move by Carew.
That's 48 yards on that one, so it's already a 100-yard receiving day for Carew. We're midway through the second quarter. Laviano scrambling. Tripp doesn't get through the football, or does he? Is the question. But an incomplete pass.
They're calling it incomplete. Carew is one-on-one at the top of the screen. Would be the fade ball up there.
Going the other way instead for Grant. Got him! Jackpot! Rutgers in there one more time. The guy who has run them in as a return man finally able to get in there as a wide receiver, as a point of pride for him. Already 190 yards passing for Chris Laviano. He has found 3 different receivers for touchdowns. Chuck, 24-3, Scarlet Knights. Chris Goff kicks it off. And it's Jacobs who will rev his engine from the 7. Tavon Jacobs into a pile, hit hard at the 23. As it's Rowe back at quarterback now for Maryland. He's looking deep downfield and has Lane for the big play. Gets down to the 43-yard line of Rutgers right away, and a quick strike. That's DeAndre Lane, the junior from outside of Baltimore.
And Caleb Rowe threw a bullet. That was a great throw down the middle to DeAndre Lane on a middle route, post route down the middle. Easy throw, but he drilled it.
35 yards right away, and looking for some more here. Into the end zone. It comes free and complete. Amba Edatawa, the intended receiver. Well, that's the 4th time this year Edatawa's had his hands on a ball in the end zone. Still doesn't have an actual touchdown this season. Late pitch is a good one. And down the sideline, streaking down there is Ty Johnson. He's in for Maryland. The freshman takes it home 43 yards. We were wondering, when would we see somebody besides Brandon Ross run the football? The answer is right there. Caleb
Rowe, again, making a great decision. Call that the speed option. It just grab the ball and pitch it off the first defender you see. That's what Caleb Rowe did. He took it to the outside, pitched it to Johnson. Touchdown. Nobody on the outside for Rutgers.
And Adam Green on for the extra point. And now, Chuck, we're seeing that back and forth scoring parade that we thought we were going to get right off the jump.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, Rowe still has some eligibility, and maybe he is the future for Maryland at this quarterback position.
Yeah, here he is, going all the way outside and pitching it off the corner on a speed option play. And Ty Johnson did the rest, but that was Caleb Rowe making that happen. Great decision right here, taking it all the way outside and pitching it off that defender.
Grant trying to answer. Grant spins and gets lowered at the 24. Laviano to Carew. One-hand catch, Carew! Another 20-plus play for Rutgers. This will not be another one of them. It's only a 1-yard gain.
They're tying Sean Davis on the map. He's trying to mix it up.
Paul James gets a block. Paul James first down. And finally does go down around the 27. James again, head of steam towards the 20, past the 20, near another first down.
A couple of off-tackle plays by Rutgers now. Find a little crease on the left side of that line. Good short yardage and goal line back. And it's all I formation right now.
He started as a walk-on, too. He thunders forward for another Rutgers first down. Rutgers has had a pretty good tradition of successful walk-ons. Go back to Sean O'Hara, Gary Brackett, guys like that. Vance Matthews was the man in motion. Martin.ci this time for Laviano. 4:05 to go here in the first half. Not too much there this time as Martin will plow his way near the 15. Martin stays in the backfield. Again, Vance Matthews at the bottom of your screen. Big receiver. So 6'4", 205. Peru in the slot on that far side. There's Martin. He tumbles for the first down near the 5-yard line. And here they are at the 6. Who's going to get the football? James, the man in the backfield with Bergen in front of him. James hesitates, then pushes, and he's across. Another touchdown for Rutgers. Federico for the extra point. Well, Rutgers finished with 41 against Maryland in the finale last year. They've got 31 already today. Run back here for Ty Johnson. Spinning to the 35 with a late flag coming in.
So far, the best offense they've had at Maryland is when they go fastball, when they go no huddle and go very fast. Let's see if they do that in this series.
Well, movement on the line here. Kevin Wilkins jumped, but was he drawn?
Offside, defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Wilkins had the acrobatic interception against Nebraska last home game. Rowe looking. Open man again. And one more time he finds Culmer, who gets socked as he catches it at the 46. 16-yard pickup right there. Rowe in trouble, dumps it off before he gets smashed. Rowe zings it to the near side, caught by Davenport. Out of bounds with a first down for Maryland. Rowe in relief of Hills. Doing well, dumps it off again to Davenport. He skips out of bounds. Maryland does have all 3 of its timeouts left.
And they're going fast. It's a good idea from Mike Watson. Good job here, picking up the pace.
Over the middle, incomplete. Maryland is yet to convert a third down. And still an Ophers. That's broken up. Isaiah Wharton jumped into the fray. Ross is the running back over the left shoulder here of Rowe.
Man coverage blitz.
Threads it in there first down. He got Davenport to cross and grab it in front of the sticks. And Rowe is 9 out of 14, finding Davenport 4 times.
Man coverage again by Rutgers.
Rowe hoisting it. Good throw. Maryland is in for the touchdown. It's Moore. He wrestled it away from the Rutgers coverage. That's a pretty throw.
The play did not result in a touchdown. The ball down 10, 23-yard the left hash.
Well,
wow.
Clock will start on the
obviously
snap.
that was cutting in and out, but that's an overturn.
That's an overturn,
and very similar to that play, right, with Wisconsin and Northwestern last week.
I thought he had possession. I was wrong, and the ball came out. That's what they're looking for. The way Rutgers is covering now, they're man press on the outside, man bump and run. Middle of field, you don't want to go down the middle. You want to keep it on the outside.
Rowe escapes. Flag down as Rowe runs with a lot of green grass. He's in, maybe. The way he dove, his knees were close to not getting across the line. The ruling on the field is touchdown. This could be coming back anyway.
Looks like a hold. Oh, if this is a
Holding, offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
We're going backwards here.
Yeah, after twice the Terps thought they were in the end zone. Pass rush coming. Rowe fires on the run, and it's caught at the 14-yard line. The first down make the 13-yard line. Moore is spread wide to the left. They go to the right instead. Flag. Couple of them. It seemed pretty obvious even from up here. Jarius Adams on the coverage.
Pass interference, defense, number 25. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
So the ball's at the 2. Rowe with the pitch back. Cut down in the backfield is Ross by Choppy. Second and goal at the 7 for Rowe. Up the middle he goes, launching, incomplete. Maryland still looking to convert on a 3rd. They have converted on a 4th.
They struggled on 3rd downs.
Rowe surveys. Incomplete. And a drive that stalled right at the end. Green up with it. And Green serves it right on through. That ball banged on the ground. If it's out of bounds again, that'll help Rutgers, and it is out of bounds again. I understand wanting to keep it away from Grant, but now you've just donated great field position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free
now
kick
you have
out
a
of
shot.
bounds, number 17, kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
And Mike Loxley knows it, because now you're giving him a shot to get some more points. No, they're going to take a knee.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the way they've been moving the football. And our halftime score here at Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights 31, the Terrapins 13. See if they can go get Grant here, who revs up from his 8. Grant tumbles past the 30-yard line. Laviano right away gets picked off. Sean Davis jumps the route, and Maryland, known for giving it away, takes it away 9 seconds into the half.
Needs to keep that ball on the outside. Little play action fake. Keep the ball on the outside, and he threw it just a hair inside to let Davis make the interception. Keep that ball outside. That's Laviano right there, not Pat.
And Brandon Ross will be the running back here, and he really didn't get going to full speed in that first half. Rose surveys, and it's bombs away. Incomplete. Choppy on the coverage, looking for DeAndre Lane. Remember, Rutgers has only 14 sacks all year. There's going to be time for Rowe to operate, you figure. Ross trying to turn the corner, can't do it. There's Choppy again.
Rutgers showing blitz right now.
Longa, number 3, is the guy you watch. He's the leading tackler by about 30. Rowe with room. There he goes. Caleb Rowe will slide at the 15-yard line. And again, he had that middle of the field all to himself. Double slot to that far side. Got a Ottawa, the receiver, at the bottom of the screen. Here's Ross. Keeps the play alive, and there he goes. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland. And that's the kind of elusiveness that was on display a week ago and had been bottled up today. But he pinballed his way free, taking it all the way in, and we got a ball game.
And that was all Brandon Ross. Rutgers thought he had him stopped. They had him stopped, but Brandon Ross has kept his feet going. No one's in on the tackle, and there he is for the touchdown. You can't do that to Brandon Ross now.
Well, and Blasson Austin stood there basically just looking at that play happen in front of him.
Keep playing to the whistle. That was all Brandon Ross right there. They had him.
Remember, Maryland settled for a field goal right at the end of the half. Low extra point is good. This time they didn't have to settle because Ross bounced it on in, his 8th touchdown of the season. Now, an unsportsmanlike conduct call after the touchdown to Sebastian Joseph of Rutgers, meaning Maryland can kick off from the 50 and just bang the heck out of here. And the pitch to him. Fighting through the 28-yard line is James. This time up the middle, and they've got the first down with James. That was an 11-yard pickup, and they operated out of the eye again. This will be Patton in motion. Pocket collapsing. Laviano able to bounce out of it. And finally chuck it into his own bench.
Good slide to him to block him too.
Trying to push the pile there for James. But it's going to be third down, still about 7 or 8 to go. Rutgers going quickly, and Ngakwe pursuing. And an incomplete pass. It's knocked away at the last moment by Alvin Hill. Maryland with the last 10 points of this game. And this one toddles into the end zone. A little bit of momentum now for the Terps. Start with an inside handoff, tripping his way free. It's Brandon Ross again. Ross had just 12 carries, 19 yards in the first half, but he's out quickly here in the second half. Caleb Rowe airs it out. And coming back on the ball is Culver. It's incomplete.
Good job by Isaiah Wharton in coverage.
On a 2nd and 10. Oh, it comes loose. Rowe improvising and sails it out of bounds. The 3rd and 10. Maryland, having finally converted on third down last time, started the day 0 for 7. Tipped and incomplete. Grant is back to return a punt, and he is lethal. Punts have gone for 42 and 38 so far for Maryland today. Grant wants a shot at this one. Want to shake out of an ambush and can't do it. Martin trying to swing it outside. He'll dive for 6. They put themselves in quite a position now. Once again, Martin can't turn the corner. Gets smashed as he gets to the 26-yard line. The first down make the 29. Martin's the eye back. And they are looking to throw it. Bergen couldn't hold it. The fullback twisting and contorting his body, but he couldn't get it. Ty Johnson is standing back around his 32. Joey Roth hammers this one. Johnson from his 18. Chaffee couldn't get him. To the far sideline. And into Rutgers territory goes Johnson. 33-yard return. Sets up the Terps into plus territory, trailing by 11. Rowe drops the football again. And down goes the official, too. He appears to be okay. But that edge was set rather inadvertently there by the official that could not get out of the way.
Not sure what's, must be a slick ball. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Watch the center judge get in the way here.
Oh, look out.
Patrick Holt, who appears to be okay, but yeah, that slick ball has come out twice now. Ross trying to escape. He gets blasted as he gets to the, let's call it his own 47. First down make is the Rutgers 39. They want to go quickly again. Open man, middle of the field, first down. That's Davenport having a big afternoon.
That is a very young Rutgers secondary trying to find their way. And they all have bright futures as well.
Ross gets it back to Caleb Rowe. And it's incomplete, looking for Editawa. Boy, now Blasan Austin is down.
These seasons can get long for freshmen. They're not used to it. Learning how to day in, day out, work at it. He'll learn, but he's going to be a good player.
So a depleted secondary gets a little thinner for Rutgers here. Maybe a chance for Caleb Rowe to open the throttle. Run play instead. Ross reverse to the 25. The first down makes 21. On third down, completing to the far side at the 15-yard line. They finally get one to Jacobs. That is the younger of the two Jacobs brothers, Tavon Jacobs, for the first down.
Tavon Jacobs, that's great timing and rhythm by Caleb Rowe, throwing that ball out before Jacobs is out of his break.
Ross will push forward near the 10-yard line. Looking to throw here. Caleb Rowe going end zone, overshooting Jacobs. Another third down opportunity here for Maryland. End zone, no one home, fourth down.
Good throw away, gives your kicker a chance for 3.
29-yard attempt. Trying to make it 3 for 3 for the afternoon. Here's Adam Green. In the rain here in Piscataway, up and no good. From 29, it wandered wide. And again, Rutgers knowing that at 5-7, they're still percolating. They could still possibly go to a bowl, even at 5-7.
This is a big game for both, for the recruiting trail, but it's even a bigger game for Rutgers for a possible bowl shot.
Against Big Ten competition, Hicks with a flag down. Goes and gets the first down. We got to see about the flag. Oh, ooh, offside. Patton in motion here, goes to the bottom of the screen. Carew has not been targeted in the second half yet. And it's Hicks who will bang his way for a few. Grant in the slot on the near side. Run play for Hicks again with a flag down. In fact, 2 flags down.
Number 7. Repeat, second down.
Second and long coming up. Robert Martin is the running back. Ladled to him behind the line of scrimmage, and a good read and a big tackle made by Sean Davis. They'll be lined up against Carew here on 3rd and 18. And again, they have not even targeted Carew yet in this second half. Grant drops it. And this is 4th and 18. Ty Johnson is back to return the punt. This time a fair catch, and again towards the middle of the field. Caleb Rowe keeps it. Breaking tackles, Caleb Rowe, first down and more.
Making a great decision right now. There's your speed option again. This time he kept it.
18 yards. Perry Hills is supposed to be the running quarterback for Maryland. Rowe's been doing fine in that regard today. Johnson again. He's breaking free, and there he goes for his second long one today. Touchdown, Ty Johnson.
Touchdown, Maryland.
44 yards. And Maryland has crept right back into it here late in the 3rd quarter. And Al Green for the extra point, having missed a field goal, remember, to make it a 31-27 game now. They kick it away from Grant. And instead, Justin Goodwin with the ball coming loose. Didn't hear a whistle. Maryland is on it. And it is Maryland Terrapin football. Everything starting to just become completely unglued now here for the Rutgers team at home.
All of a sudden, this game has changed. Let's see this one right here. Get the left hand. He's trying to get it. Oh, it's a good angle right here.
Let's see. Knee down there.
Ball coming out.
Punched out just as the knee was going down. Boy, that's real close, huh?
That is close. Whoa. Replay officials have their work cut out, don't they, John?
Todd Gearlings let us know.
The runner's knee was down before the ball came out.
There you go.
Therefore, there's no fumble. Rutgers ball.
Now, this becomes, I would think, Chuck, a big possession for Rutgers just to try to steal that momentum back.
It is, yeah, and they have to loosen up their play calling right now. It's been very conservative since the interception. And very capable offense.
Martin staying inbounds gets a few, again trying to move the ball. Laviano's not completed a pass in this entire second half. He's 0 for 5.
Yeah, Carew one-on-one at the top of the screen. He's going out there.
Wants him, got him. Carew to the 40-yard line of Maryland.
Personal foul, defense, number 23, roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty will be added to the run.
Great execution.
Martin going and finding his way towards the 20. Another run play. Martin twisting his way, needing to get to the 15. Grant the man in motion. They need 3 yards, and that's going to be whistled dead. Now they might need 8.
Remains 3rd down.
Options here for Laviano. There's Grant who reels it in. Still not down and finally pushed out at the 6. Carew still not available. They'll run it here. Martin weaving his way to, well, maybe the 1. Laviano end zone wide open, the touchdown, Charles Scarf. And the extra point is drilled. Kicking it away from Johnson, but again out of bounds. That's 3 of those in this game. Boy, oh boy. Maryland trying to run now, and again it's Ross carrying the mail. Oh, over the middle, Davenport again. Big day for the freshman out of Tampa, Florida.
Finding a hole in that double safety defense.
73 yards for Davenport today. Give him a few more now as he dances past the 30-yard line. Another Maryland first down.
Nice job by Davenport. He's a big, strong receiver.
Well, just throwing it out there, but it was a 41-38 epic comeback for the road team last year. And that is a possibility here.
Right, could be a wild fourth quarter now. Both quarterbacks are playing very well.
Caleb Rowe high steps it, breaks a tackle. Caleb Rowe diving to the pylon. And they're going to say he's out of bounds before he got there at the 4.
Speed option, he just takes it. No one's there to pitch off of, so he said, I'm going to just keep the ball here. Stays to the outside.
And now back live, Brandon Ross trying to push his way.
So here they are, knocking at the door.
The give, and it's Ross. He's across. It is a touchdown for Maryland. They had trailed this game by 18 at a halftime, and again, they're right there.
Oh, I always think, I don't think you should go for 2 unless you absolutely have to. That's just my theory on it. 2-point plays are hard to make, but why not?
They're going to give it a shot. Try to get to within 38-35. Editawo is spread out to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers right. Rowe couldn't get there.
Kept it in bounds this time.
But it goes to Grant. And he's tough. Grant with a flag down. 2 flags, in fact, as it gets to the 35.
Holding, return team, number 35. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Laviano to put it in the air. Incomplete. Boy, nothing there for Paul James now all of a sudden. And Maryland playing with some energy on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they are.
They're staring into 3rd and 11 here.
Maryland going to some zone now. They've been man, now they're going to some more zone.
Laviano, Peru got it. Fingertip catch, first down. Ooh, and Laviano.
Ooh, took a shot.
He did. That's the 2nd time he's gotten hit real hard. As he gets up. Now, he's got a 269-yard passing day today. 4 touchdowns. And here's Reddick, who gets a nice ovation. We'll see how long Laviano's got to idle on the sideline. Run play right away. James.
Yeah, Laviano's coming back in. He's tough. What a tough kid.
Well, and you hear some of the Rutgers fans booing. They really do. Some of them do want to look at Reddick. Laviano, though, I mean, 4 touchdowns, no picks today. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I don't like that. They shouldn't do this kid. This kid's a good player.
James struggling, can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Run game is just not happening. Ty Johnson's had 2 big plays in this game already. Touchdown runs of 44 and 43. They'll punt to him. Great punt and a fair catch around the 18-yard line. Maryland, all kinds of momentum.
Well, they're going fast again. That's why. Trying to catch Rutgers off guard.
Caleb Rowe firing for the first down.
Easy pitch and catch.
Ross coming to the near side, gaining 3.
They are tired. They're not jogging back. They're just walking back. They barely get down in their stance.
Rowe keeps it. Has the first down, and he plows past the 50-yard line. It's Mike Loxley's team has been so close so often. They're within 5 right now. Ooh, and a good ankle tackle trip up right there by Isaiah Wharton.
Great decision maker by Caleb Rowe now in the run game and the pass game.
Rowe looking, And skipping out of bounds right at the sticks is Davenport. His career day continues. And Goins has got it. He's going for more. There he goes. Maryland. Touchdown. And the lead with 9:43 to go. And now they will again go for two. Trying to Xerox last year's score, 41-38 in this game. Rowe couldn't get it there. At Ross. So it stays 39-38. Here's Grant. Little stutter step and a spin, down he goes. Maryland again playing with so much energy right now. Laviano dumps it off. He's got Archie Diacono. Hand off and it's Hicks. Runs into a couple of white jerseys and goes down after a gain of a couple. Fake of the handoff to Hicks. Actually, they do give it to Hicks. And he's got the first down and more. Josh Hicks. Laviano looking to see if anybody can get open. The answer is no. He dumps it off. Peru was trying to get downfield. Hicks again. Hicks barrels forward to the 31 to move the chains for Rutgers. Maryland's already passed 500 yards for the day. Rutgers getting very close. Hicks into a pile this time. Laviano with a first down on that far side. He got Patton, the junior. Gonna hand it off here, and Hicks with nowhere to run. Patton at the bottom. And to the outside goes James. They've got Carew on one side, Patton on the other. There's that outside throw, too high, no flag. 30-yard attempt in a light rain for Federico. On its way. And Rutgers back on top. Johnson with a return here for Maryland. Can't quite escape. He goes down inside of the 20. Ross. Up the middle he goes. Brandon Ross looking to break it all the way. This could be 80. It is. Touchdown, Maryland. He had 3 long ones last week, too. Brandon Ross, 80 to the house. That's his second in a row. And it's Grant from his 1. Got a block. And he gets powered down at the 26-yard line. Rutgers needing the touchdown now to toggle back on top. They run right away. Paul James gets snuffed out. Robert Martin will be the ball carrier if they want to run. Instead, got an open man. It's underthrown, but caught anyway, coming back on it. Nicely done, Matt Flanagan. Laviano to the middle of the field. That's a tough catch in traffic for Patton. Martin trying to turn the corner. There's a flag down. A couple of flags down.
Holding, offense, number 71.
That's 4 holding calls against Rutgers today. 9 penalties for 92 yards against Rutgers today. Laviano completes it. Martin is the running back. Peru available at the bottom of your screen. And there's Grant. They try that play again. And it's Martin trying to twist his way to the first down. Maryland looking for its first conference win all year. This is their last chance. Needing a yard. Surging, twisting is Martin. Wow. They're still measuring and saying it's half an inch short.
Wow. Could be a run, so they probably make them burn their timeouts.
Exactly. And Ross will get back to the line of scrimmage, and there's timeout number 1 for Rutgers. 1 first down puts it away. But they don't get it quite yet. Remember, this is senior day. Rutgers got a senior making that tackle right there. Gauze. 3rd down 5. Maryland can put him away right here. Rowe the keeper, and that's the put away. Caleb Rowe And he'll just trip himself to the 20-yard line. Maryland is going to win its first Big Ten game of the year.
Huge call. Caleb Rowe, who's not a great runner, but he has hurt Rutgers with his legs today.
Maryland,
nice job.
Yeah, Maryland's never been over in conference play, any conference they've ever been in. And obviously the Big Ten is a great conference. They will not be winless in their conference this year. Mike Loxley, if it's his last act, it's a comeback act from down 21. It's the reverse of the game last year between these two teams when Rutgers rallied from way down to win. Maryland does it this time. 46-41 is their final score from here in Piscataway today.